Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Ooga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad to be back here. And it's been an interesting week, but they're all interesting. So this Wednesday.
I'm not sure why you're looking at me instead of the camera.
That's 1/4 of one. Anyhow, this Wednesday, I was on the Haunting Live podcast. Well, Angel Messages from Chris from Haunting Live podcast, and a few of us were there, and we started to talk about some of the ghosts that your queen and her producer have right here in the house. And so I'm going to start with that since it's just a continuation of the topic. First off, we have one that's just a shadow. And the shadow likes to hang in the bathroom, which is really creepy as far as I'm concerned. So I'll walk in the bathroom, and if I sense it's around, I'll tell it to go talk to the neighbors. And then there's the one that takes dimes from the producer.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I've got my headphones on, monitoring the audio.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was talking about the ghost that takes dimes. You're always dropping dimes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then the one in the basement.
Okay.
And the one in the basement, I've actually had prophetic dreams about that before I got here. But the upshot of those dreams were, don't wake what's sleeping there. I'm not sure if I was successful in that because there's been some changes in the atmosphere in our basement. My producer who goes down there, he dropped like toys on the floor, and the ghost started asking for more toys.
Sure, that's close enough.
I never get it quite right. But anyhow, apparently...
We'll leave that for some other story time.
Apparently, our ghosts are getting more active. So,
gee, I wonder why.
Does anybody else out there have ghosts in their house? You know, maybe you could tell us about it. You know, put a little bit in the chit chat, share your experiences with us. But before we move on to your questions, I got a package from the OG Queen of Sheba out in Los Angeles, California. And she sent me this box. That's right here. Yes. Woohoo! From the Queen of Sheba herself. And I actually got 3 days ago, folks, and I haven't opened it. I've been looking at this box wondering what's in it. Just waiting so you guys could see. All the way from California. I hope she sent us some sunshine and warmth.
And I hope it's gone through quarantine.
Oh, that's true. Should I be putting on my mask?
Maybe that's why it took 3 weeks to get here.
Yeah, that's true. Now you got me thinking. Okay, so package is open. Let's see. Ooh, I've got something in a red velvet bag. Good things always come in red velvet bags. So we'll take a look, see at what the Queen of Sheba has sent. Your queen. Let's see what I got here. Okay. Look, folks, I actually got a letter. The Queen of Sheba never writes me a letter in her packages. She did. I'm so excited. Aww. She sent me an outfit, and she's told me it is the perfect outfit for me. And so she starts out with the necklace with a pentagram on it, rather large one. Okay, that's really cute. And, oh, I love this. Look at this. Beaded purses. This is a beaded glass case, and it is so nice. I wish you guys could feel it. It's just, I think it might have been hand done. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. And we also have a matching change purse, which, by the way, folks, I'm absolutely going to use. Oh, no change in it yet. I'll have to remember to put a citrine. Whenever you get a new change purse or a wallet, put a little citrine in it. Okay. And then, okay, so this is my emergency. I don't know whether you folks can see this or not, but these are earrings. They're little rolls of toilet paper. So I always have some in an emergency. I have to take that with me on my next trip. All right. So then.
Wow, it's Christmas again.
It's Christmas again. Oh, I got something. It's big and kind of heavy, folks. Okay. And it is. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's a cape. It's a cape. Yeah, it's a cape with a hood. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, like a cloak.
A cloak, yes. Okay, folks. Well, I'll tell you what. Now, I'm going to take a picture after the show of me in this cape, and I'm going to post it on the Queen of Ooga Booga website so you guys can see what I look like in that cape.
We have a website?
I mean, Facebook page. We don't have a website yet, but we'll get one. A few announcements. Anybody who wants a reading with the Queen of Ooga Booga, you can call the spa near the tracks here in Stratford. Or you can send an email to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com. I not only do in-person readings at the spa near the tracks, but I also do readings online. So you can get a reading, a personal reading from your queen, no matter where you are in the world. Just send me an email. That email address again, queenofoogaBooga at gmail.com. Okay, and a little later on, I'll be talking about our Ghost of the Queen event and 2 workshops I have coming up. But I know that you guys are waiting impatiently to ask your questions.
They sure are.
Oh, yes. Well,
okay.
Let me pick up one of my friends here.
Okay.
The Pamela Coleman Smith Centennial deck. And you guys know I like that one because it's got the bonus cards in it.
Okay, well, hello, Virgo Queen, Amanda,
Hi,
Marcy,
Virgo
Sarav.
Queen. Oh, my goodness.
Eva's here. Haunting
Woo!
Love is here. Lisa
Oh.
Love is here.
Hi, everybody. It's so nice to
Lulu,
see you.
SC.
Oh.
Flirty Butterfly's back.
Oh,
And
good,
Tanya's
good.
here as well.
Oh,
Well, let's see. You had the first question. All right. Where? Eva. There are a lot of spirits wandering around here. Yes, there are. Yeah. Virgo Queen. When will Ivan and I get this new home?
Ooh. You guys are moving fast. I'll tell you. 'Cause you turn on the fan. Whew. Okay, so.
Okay, here we go. Back to the audio.
July, Virgo Queen.
The answer is July?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks.
I was giving you all the A's to the B's. I think my microphone just fell asleep.
No, that was me. By Sunday night, my mouse finger is tired.
So who's next, my dear?
Who is next?
Okay, well, while he's sorting that out, let me tell you about the upcoming Ghost of the Queens events. And that,
Suraf wants to know when Nikki will contact them.
okay, I'll talk about the Ghost of the Queens later on. So that Suraf wants to know about Nikki. Okay, so Suraf and Nikki. When will Nikki contact him? Okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm answering the delay.
Okay, so she shows up as the Queen of Swords. It looks like she's dealing with some emotional issues and some losses of her own. She's had some setbacks in her life because it's kind of like it feels like victory's been taken away from her. So she might be a little bit down right now. Having said that, I know you want to hear from her. I know you're impatient. They say give her 4 weeks. She's just sorting this other aspects of her life out, okay?
All right. SC seeing a lot of 11s around here and 111s.
Oh, 11, 11s are a master number. They're the highest vibration of 2. And so it can be a partnership with the divine if you're willing to put in the effort and the work. So this is a good time for you to sort of raise the bar for yourself. Try and reach for and ask for a little bit more than you ordinarily will. And also with the spirituality, because master numbers are spiritual and the 11 is a very spiritual number. This is a good time for you to sort out your own spirituality and to get in touch with your own personal version of the divine. Because the divine wants to get in touch with you. Okay.
Flirty Butterfly wants to know whether her finances are going to get better in the next 3 months.
Okay, so Flirty Butterfly and finances. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks like March is a little grim for you. And, sometimes when you're experiencing difficulty in the short term, it's really hard for you to pick up your head and realize that in the long view, you are on a good path, okay? Absolutely. Will your finances get better by June? Yes. You have the Lovers, and the Lovers is 6. Both the Empress and the 3 of Wands are 3s, and they're both reversed. That's where I get that March just isn't being a good month for you. You don't seem to be able to make the progress or get the opportunities. But it says that by the time June rolls around, you'll be back to being your lucky self. Okay.
Ava's hoping we can come out to the farm again.
I am too.
I mean, you can get back to the farm again. I haven't been there yet.
Ava, the farm is a wonderful place. And I think one of my favorite features there are these 2 maple trees. And the story is when Ava's grandmother got married, and she got married on that spot, on that property. This farm has been in her family just since the beginning of time. But on the spot where she got married, she found 2 little maple saplings, just wild maple saplings, and planted them. And now they are very, very, very large, strong, healthy maple trees. I just thought that was such a romantic story. The trees have outlived her grandmother and her grandfather, but stand there on the property upon which they got married as a tribute to their love.
Yeah. Tanya wants a reading for the week ahead.
All right, Tanya. And after this, I'm going to switch over to, I think I'm going to switch over to the Lenormand after this. Okay, so the week ahead. I'm just putting out a few extra cards for you just because it feels like you've got some big energy happening on the week ahead, and you have to be careful. This card right here, that's one of my bonus cards, and it's the one that I call misdirection. And somebody's feeding you information that's a little bit off, so don't believe everything you're told, and just make sure you check into everything. Absolutely everything. And especially if you get fortunate information by coincidence, don't trust it. You also have the winds of change coming through your life. I see that in the death card. I see that with the Knight of Wands. It looks like things are moving well for you in the area of legalities. And yet, just what sticks out is this Ten of Swords. And I think that legally and business-wise and all that, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a stellar week. The problem is this Ten of Swords. And this Ten of Swords is, it literally reads, as I put my hand on it, I literally get this stabbed in the back feeling. So somebody is, and it's strange because it's right in the middle of all this good stuff happening to you and everything's coming through, and right in the middle of it, you find deception in a dear friend. So that's what your week's going to be like. Mostly good, but this one's hard to take, and it's just it's all emotion. It's hard when our friends let us down. It's hard when our friends deceive us and lie to us. Okay.
Royal Girl wants to get pregnant this year. When will she find out if she is? Is it going to happen at all?
Oh, I said that was going to change over to the Lenormand.
All
and
right.
that's Royal Girl?
Royal Girl, yes.
Oh, more royalty. Okay, so Royal Girl and pregnancy. Let's see if we get the leading lady. Whoops. Oh. Okay, so you get a 9 there. And
9 of what?
9 of Hearts, but it's the Lenormand, so it's actually a number 1 card, which this is your answer. You're going to get pregnant in September. And you should practice a lot between now and then just to make sure you get it right. I'm on your side here. You're going to have a boy baby, and it's going to be a tall boy baby. You might have a 21-inch baby there. All right. See, I can be funny.
Lulu wants a general reading.
Okay. So. The producer has found some sound effects. And even though he doesn't have them good to go this week, next week we're going to have some sound effects to go with my readings. So this is a general reading for Lulu, correct?
Correct.
All right. And we are using the Maybe Lenormand, which is, it's a Lenormand with a few extra cards, so it goes up to the full 52. And okay, so there are agreements this week. This is a good thing. This is a time for you to seal the deal, if you will, on some things. And when I put my finger on it, it just feels like that. Maybe it's a promotion at work or getting ahead, because it feels like this is something that you've actually been competing for, and you're not exactly sure whether you're going to get what you're asking for, what you're looking for. But whatever the advancement is that you want at work, you'll get it. Because overall, this is going to be a good week for you. It's blessed by the sun. But when I look at these two cards here, this is where I get that you're kind of competing with somebody, and it's somebody who's I think that the person might be a little sneaky or a little jealous. This person seems to have some negative disabilities around him or her, if you know what I mean. Just that some people are toxic, and you're competing with a toxic person, but you win. You get the prize. Also, you've got the heart. I mean the rose, and that's nice. You relationships are going to be sweet this week. You're going to get kind of an I love you kind of message. You might literally get a flower.
Why don't you tell everybody what the rest of those cards are?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so where I saw my producer's right. I forget to tell you folks what the cards are. And with a Lenormand, you start right in the middle. And in the middle, you've got the two hands shaking, and that's where I see an agreement. But, I've always got my hands over the cards because I just pick up on things there. And it feels like it's an advancement. It's a workplace advancement. And then you kind of go out. Here's where I get right here the Ace of Diamonds card number 31, the Sun. That's where I get that it's going to be a really good week, and she's going to win and get ahead because that's right next to the agreement. But then you go out here. This is where I get somebody who's more than a little toxic. I see that in the fox. But if you see the fox, there's a pine tree, and here's a stand of pines, and that's why they just seem to go together. And just the feeling that I get, this is somebody that can just be nasty sometimes for no reason at all. There's a lot of toxicity around this person. And then this sets apart, and it feels like a separate thought, and that's where I get a romantic notion coming your way, and that's the rose.
Alrighty then. I see the caffeine has kicked in. Lisa Love
Drink a whole pot of it.
Lisa Love wants to know whether her husband will continue working for her father's business and how long.
Lisa Love's husband. Are we going to keep it in the family? All right. So. I'm kind of getting a big maybe, but I think that when I look in the middle, there's a real good possibility you have the two birds together. This can be a partnership, but your dad has got to give him a little bit more power, a little bit more authority. He needs a little bit of a better reason to stay there. And he does a good job. He is well liked. This I see in the main man, and you see it's a very dapper man tipping his hat sort of thing, and that's how your husband is seen. So he's popular amongst the workers, and he does a good job, and so he's a good example. He's a good guy to have around the shop. So this, and he's family, so it is a good idea for him to be given a little bit more responsibility, a little bit more power, a little bit of a better position within the company. I know that your dad might be a little reticent to do that, but this is a time for your husband to get a little bit of a reward just so he'll stay around. He's got other offers that he's looking at, and so your dad's got to be a little bit more competitive. And that's just, it's not that he doesn't like where he's working. It's not that he doesn't like your father for that matter, but you guys have a family and a family to feed and a home to maintain, and that's where his number one loyalty lies, which is you too there. And here you have the clover, and the clover, just like the four-leaf clover, is a card of luck. So this says that there's some luck in the mixture here. So I think the business is going a little bit better. Your dad can offer him something a little bit more, and your dad should offer it before he asks.
Wonderful. Amanda would like a general reading.
Okay, hi Amanda. It's nice to see you. I think we look forward to every Sunday night coming here and getting on YouTube and meeting up with all of our friends and meeting some new ones too. And for your reading, I'm going to pull out the runes and I'm going to put them here so I'm not putting that noise right in the microphone. All right, so the general reading, you've got spirit messages coming in, and this is spirit messages from family. So I think that you have some ancestors that are trying to visit you in your dreams. If you're not remembering your dreams, please just go to sleep thinking, I will remember my dreams. Oddly enough, that helps. Try and write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, because you're like I said, spirit is visiting you in dreams. You're getting messages. I think that you're missing them too. You have thorn and horse here. This is thorn, this is horse. This talks about annoyances. This talks about situations that might be that get out of hand, big situations. And you're reminded to ask for help when you need it. So remember, a lot of times pride exists to make us look stupid. Don't wait until you're over your head before you ask for assistance. There seems to be assistance around you, so you're just fine. Here you have Urus, which is ox, and Ingus, which is kin. And so you're talking about ox, which is the year of the ox. It's good health, and you have it right next to family. So it looks like you do have a period of good health within your family. Also, this is the year of the ox, so I give that Urus a little bit of an extra look-see as far as what it's like around your family, because that's talking about this year. Things go very well for your family. This is a good year for you to go after your goals. Luck is on your side. That's funny, the sun and the moon. Yeah, don't be afraid to reach for your goals this year. It looks like you've got more luck than you're actually using, and I'm worried about you missing out on opportunities. If you're over 70% qualified for a position that you want, ask for it. You can learn the rest on the job. You have Isa and Kenaz together here, which is basically fire and ice, and it's right in the middle. And it talks about over the next little while, there's conflicts, but in the midst of conflict, you can find opportunities. Remember I said you don't miss opportunities. So when things start getting a little active and a little challenging, look and see what the opportunities are for you. Again, that idea of you're blessed. You're just blessed this year. Things start going forward. Also, you might get an opportunity to buy a new car, a new used car. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. And everybody, remember to like us. That's important. That helps us out a lot as far as our station. And of course, subscribe and tell all your friends. And feel free to share this video.
All right, Sonia would like a message from the cards.
Message from the cards. Okay, well, I'm going to pull out my old friends here. These cards are over 30 years old. You know? No, they're right at 30 years old.
Canada Dry did not pay us for that free ad spot.
Okay, so Sonia wants to see a message from the cards. Let me just... I'll tell you what, Sonia. I'm going to trust that the most perfect card for a message for you is the one that's going to come out. And it's the one that went flying out on the floor. Just a second. Oh my. Okay, so we won't be using that deck, but the card that came flying out was the Emperor. And, sorry, not the Emperor, the King of Cups. And the King of Cups talks about a home-loving man. And this is a man who is loved by his children. He loves his home. He's all heart. He might be a little bit emotional at times. And he might, the downside of him is sometimes, especially when he's stressed out, he can be a little selfish, which I know doesn't go along with everything else, but it's just the way it is. So the message is from that kind of a man. Oh, yeah, that would probably be your father who has passed. Father, grandfather. Because I know you asked for a message from the cards. So you got a message from the King of Cups, and he went flying out and onto the floor. So you've got a male ancestor. I think it's either your father or your grandfather, because it's really on the family tree, and there's a picture of a little girl. So it talks about, this is somebody that you were close to as a child, and he is very much around you. Okay, next.
Virgo Queen wants to know about Ivan getting a good paying job that he wants.
I think things are starting to look up for Ivan, Virgo Queen.
They've been up for weeks now.
Enough. Oh, Virgo Queen. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the cards. My shoulder's getting a little bit better, so I'm able to shuffle the cards. Let's see. Okay. Ivan's job for Virgo Queen. Even though these cards are reversed, it tells me that he'll get the job, but they're going to make him wait a little longer than he wants to for it. Because I see him getting a little bit impatient and wondering whether they're actually going to go through. So there are some delays here. But this is a job that's almost tailor-made for him. So, yeah, it's there. Even if he thinks he hasn't gotten, it's still there. Okay. It's so nice to see you, Virgo Queen. Always put a smile on my face. Love to hear from royalty.
Chris wants to know what the week ahead has in store for him.
Okay. Okay, the week ahead for Chris. And I'm just going to pull 3 cards here. Well, things come into balance quite nicely for you, Chris. It feels like things come into balance. That's a major message because you've got the Justice here. So whatever little trip-ups that the universe may send you, there's nothing that comes your way that you can't keep your balance through. This one positively aspected the Hanged Man, and this is talking about a specific situation where usually you're the one that has to make little sacrifices. You're the one that has to acquiesce. You're the one that has to compromise. And in the week ahead, the tables are going to be turned. And somebody that you usually have to compromise to is going to compromise to you. So that's a good feeling. Don't let your pride show too much, Everything comes around, right? And you have the Knight of Wands, but the Knight of Wands is on the negative side. And when I put that down, I feel like there might be transportation or mobility. Well, no, I know this is mobility issues. I think that whatever you've got going on with your feet is going to flare up a little bit. So be prepared for that. Whatever, whether it's a foot soak or whatever you have to do for that, have whatever you need ready. Just forewarned is forearmed, right? But overall, this is a pretty powerful card, this Justice card, and this idea of the universe putting everything into balance for you. Okay. Pretty good week.
Suzanne has 2 questions for you.
All right, Suzanne.
Will part of her clinic involve pop-up clinics in the city of KW? And we'll get to the second question soon.
So, you want to know about pop-up clinics. It's how it's going to expand. Here.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Dr. Pimple Popper.
Where'd that come from?
The pop-up clinic.
Oh. Well, they really want to, because there is a need for that. But it looks like it's too far, it's too ambitious, because they're going to pull it back a little bit. So they might not go quite that far. And it is the idea of transportation, it is the idea of distance. Because it's like, we're willing to travel here, but we don't have the juice it takes to expand that far. Having said that, we will expand a little, just not as much as we originally planned. And these cups, in the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Wands is where I'm getting the transportation and the moving around. The Knight of Wands is, he's on the move. He's thoughtful. It is about, it is about new opportunities. So it goes right with setting up pop-up clinics. But where he's wants to go ahead full force, and he's got the wand up, but he runs right into that kind of an obstacle right away. See, it's like, boom, there's an obstacle with the Ace of Wands reversed. And the Ace of Wands is usually a good opportunity, an opportunity for growth and expansion. But when it's turned upside down, that tells me that expansion has been stopped, but possibly aspected. With the 5 of Cups, you have 3 of the cups turned upside, or tipped over. And the KW area is also called the Tri-City area. Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Tri-City area. And it's tipped over, so it's not there. But there are 2 other areas where they're going to be putting it up. And it feels like it's closer. And even here, the 2 cups that are upright, that she's not even looking at, are closer to her than these are. And so I think that they're actually going to still set up pop-up clinics, but like I said, closer to home. So you might be looking at them setting up in some of the smaller neighborhoods just right here and here on Perth.
And Suzanne's second question is about the workplace relationships, about a place she used to work at and wants to get back to. And whether that's going to happen as well. Suzanne has a lot of questions tonight. Must be time for a one-on-one.
No, Suzanne's not ready for one-on-one. I think she just had a reading a couple months ago. She should wait at least another month. Okay, so what you get dead center is the 4 of Pentacles. And the guy in the 4 of Pentacles, as you can see, is just hanging on to what he's gotten. And the cards are saying, hang on to what you've got for right now. Hang on to what you've got. So I think that whatever opportunity you see in the last place might not actually be there, or might not actually be what you think it is. Yeah. This one right here, this one right here is the one that I call misdirection. And that's where you're given bad information. So, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'll look at what's good at it, but I'm not feeling this, Suzanne. I'm definitely not feeling this. And look at this. The same card came up as your last reading. That Five of Cups. That idea of hold on to what you got. Don't wish for what's already been spilt out. Okay, so wait until April before you make any decisions or take any moves. And I get that because you got the 4. Okay. So who's next?
Next is Gogina.
Okay.
Something about how people are going to react after her not posting for 2 to 3 years. I think I can handle this one. You can control people's reactions by what you post.
Yeah, so you're just getting back into social media, and you want to see how that goes for you. Let's take a look, see at what the Leaderman has to say about you getting back into social media, which I like social media, but it can definitely be challenging, and it can definitely get out of hand at times. Which I think that might have been one of your issues, that people just, once it's behind a computer screen, they forget their manners. All right, so what it tells me is that dead center, I think that it was the trolls. It was the trolls. It was a difficult decision for you to leave. I see that as in the Queen of Diamonds at the crossroads, because I see you looking over the crossroads, but when I put my fingers over, it's kind of like the should I or shouldn't I? Because there's so many good things about the social media. You can keep up with your family. You can see what old friends are up to, and it just seems like you almost every month you find another friend from your childhood or something like that. It's great. It's great fun. But there's that idea that some of the things that have been happening on social media, and it's not as bad. I know what the news says, but I've been there for the whole thing. It's not as bad as it used to be. But there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that will argue that with me. But this one right here, this is the clover, and the clover is telling me that this is a fortunate time for you to get back in touch and get back in the swing of things. You have the anchor here, and it says that you know what you do and don't like, and you can stay grounded. Remember, if you've got trolls, if people are putting up posts that you don't like, they have they have options. You can block them, and if you don't want to block them, you can hide certain posts. You can sleep them for 30 days. So just if they're in a mood, you can just shut them out for 30 days and then pay attention to what they have to say. But when I look over to the far right hand side, of course it's kind of a sentence, you have the sun. And the sun is a really fortunate card. And so it tells me that you can go back to having the kind of fun and enjoyment from being on social media as you used to have.
Woo!
Block the trolls.
Block the trolls.
Block the trolls.
Don't you just feed them like gold or something? Is that what the thing is? Anyhow, Donna Marie wants to get pregnant. And it is important she knows when.
This sounds like a Maury Povich moment. Oh my gosh.
No, I added that last part.
Oh.
I find it funny that there's so many women wanting to know when they're going to get pregnant.
Well, I get it.
Of course. Oh, hang on. There you go.
Okay, so when I start, you have kin, you have hail. So it's Kinez, Galas, and Ansus, which means kin, hail, ancestor. it says that right now you're dealing with some family issues. Where you're well, you might have baby family issues, but it feels like this is more your actual family, that you've got a few things to deal with before you're ready to have a baby. Well, yeah, I'd say that it probably happens midsummer. Usually with a rune reading, we're looking at a year, and this right here looks to me like when you have a harvest of the home. A harvest of the home, that's probably a baby. Let's see if we have Berkana or Pertho around it. Well, there's yeah, this one, Gebu, that means gift. Gift from God, baby, right? And you also have Suelu, which is sun. So what the runes say is somewhere in midsummer, and it's probably when you're kind of least expecting and not thinking about a baby, where your mind's somewhere else, because it always happens when you least expect it. You conceive a son, and it is a special gift. So yes, and there's love here. Legu's lake. Lake is love. There's the bee. There's the bee. Yeah, over the summer. Oh, the other ones, you have Lake, Berkana, and this one's Manas, which is mankind. It's also called the hug rune. And it just talks about two-way happiness, two-way joy, two-way success. Okay.
All right. Why don't you tell our viewers about the book you were working on today?
Oh, yes. Okay, and this has to do with the workshops I have coming up. I have one coming up in May, and this would be May the 12th, I think. It's a Saturday in May. It's the second Saturday in May, and I'm going to have an all-day workshop on palmistry, and I'll start at 9, but there'll be like a breakfast and coffee and tea ahead of time at 8 o'clock. If you want to come and meet and greet, I'll be there. And it goes from 9 to 5. It includes a lunch. And the palmistry class is $85. I will take up 12 students in that class. And anybody who takes a class, be forewarned, in the palmistry class, I do draw on your hands with an ink pen. And the best one is coming up in May. No, May and June. Okay, so it's June. It's the second Saturday in June. I will be giving a class on the runes. The class on the runes includes this set of runes, not this particular set, but these runes right here, which are handmade by your queen, and it is made out of a very special clay that's impregnated with kyanite, so it has all this good cleansing, anti-negativity energy, so they're always empowered and they're always clean from negativity. So it comes with this, and it also comes with a 12-page quick reference guide, and we will spend all day charging the runes and learning learning the meanings. And again, that, like the palmistry class, went from 9 to 5, includes a lunch. Okay, thank you. And it includes a lunch. Anybody who's interested in taking this class, just send us an email at queenofoogaboga@gmail.com, and that's the same email address that you send us a message if you would like an online reading with your queen, and I can read you online from anywhere in the world. But if you want a reading in person, then see me at the spa near the tracks, and you can call and make an appointment. It's 519-272-1293. That number again, 519-272-1293. That's the spa near the tracks for a reading with your queen. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. And who's next?
We're not done yet.
We're not done?
No.
We also have the Ghost of the Queen's event
all
coming
right.
up.
Well, your brother-in-law wants to know of a major art purchase.
Whose brother-in-law?
Yours.
Okay. Oh, that brother-in-law. Okay. A major art purchase. He's going out to buy me a Van Gogh for my birthday. I've always wanted one. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Major art purchase.
I'd rather have a Pollock.
I can make you Pollock. Anybody can do that.
Yeah. Every pub has Pollocks as a fried fish.
Okay, so
What are we doing?
we're looking at major art purchase.
Major art purchase for Charlie. All right.
Yes. Wow. Okay, the very first one you get is the Four of Coins. And that's a guy, as you can see, that kind of holds on to his money. That's not necessarily a no, but saying hold on to your money. So you might be able to get a better deal if you're stubborn about this. You've got this is what works against this is what works against you. You've got the Three of Hearts. It looks like you've already been stung before as far as missing out on a deal. Because this works against this. It's like that fear of losing out, that fear of being hurt, is overpowering this. You know that I'm right when I say, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And this one right here, the Nine of Wands. And it's reversed, so that kind of means it's the opposite of what the picture says. This, like I said, you wait for it, and it gives me a 9 before things open up. So this art purchase, there might be something screwy about it. So give it time. Give it time. Figure out how much you want and offer less.
There you go. Go buy stuff. It's an investment, right?
Well, it depends.
On how old you are?
Well, a Picasso could be a good investment as long as it's not Sam Picasso.
Haha. You got to work on those dad jokes.
So
Why don't you tell them about haunting at the Queens?
At the Queens. We are so looking forward to this event. It's going to be so much fun. We're having another Ghost of the Queens event, October 29th and 30th. That starts Friday night with a dinner at the Queens and speeches afterwards from your queen and the fellas from Haunting Live podcast. And we have a very special guest speaker on Friday night, Mary Ann Kennedy from the Ghosts of Dufferin and Beyond, which you can see on Rogers Cable. And she will be giving a speech on mediumship, and she'll also be teaching one of the classes on Saturday. We have workshops on Saturday. I will be teaching a class on reading the playing cards. Mary Ann Kennedy will be giving a 2-hour workshop on getting in touch with your spirit guides. And Chris from the Haunting Live podcast will be giving a workshop on getting in touch with your angels. Saturday night, we will have a walkthrough and talk about the Ghosts of the Queens. And very special on Saturday night, we're going to have a seance at the Queens, chaired by yours truly, the Queen of Ooga Booga, moderated by my producer.
I'm the bouncer.
You're the bouncer. And we're going to try and get in touch with Elsie Deal. So
she seems to be quite active there, so it wouldn't be that hard.
Oh yeah, she's great. And if you're interested in participating, tickets are available at the Queens at the front desk of the Queens, or send an email to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com, or you can get in touch with OGPS Filming and the Haunting Live podcast guys. Right. So I hope to see you guys there. The last one was so much fun. And I forgot to mention, Friday night's a pajama party. I get last time. Well, we'll be wearing the pajamas. I think last time I wore my pajamas and my crown, and so you get just little sample readings from me and Chris from the Haunting Live podcast, guys.
All right. My birthday's before then, so maybe I'll get some pajamas for my birthday.
Yes, we'll have to get you some pajamas.
Yeah. Anyhow, Wicked Fairy's here.
Hi, Wicked Fairy.
And she wants to know why she's waiting for her crush to message her, and if whether her crush is spying on her on Facebook. But
what's that called? What's Facebook stalking called? Creeping.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes, I'm pulling out these cards just because they're my new cards and I love them and I want to try them. So you want to know about your crush?
Yes, somebody has a crush on her, and is he stalking her on Facebook?
Of course, you're such a sweet thing.
Why hasn't he messaged her yet? I want to know why she's waiting.
Men are scared. They're chickens. We think they're all big and tough, but they are scared to death of us women.
What you got there?
I have got the Six of Hearts, and it looks, hearts are about love and that, and six is about, progress. Like when you look at six, you see the railroad tracks, moving forward. I do see some progress in love. He is going to get a little courage, but it's still going to take him a cycle of six. I'm hoping that's not all the way until June, but you might have to wait another few weeks. He's your crush has got some security issues. I think that on a certain level, he you have Galahad here, but Galahad's reversed, and I think that he might not see himself as ready, and he's worried about whether he's the right guy for you, kind of thing, or whether you really like him or whatever. Okay, good. Saul, the King of Clubs. Yeah, he'll contact you, and if you're wondering if he's reading your posts, yes, he's reading your posts. He's definitely reading your post.
So she could send him a message through a post.
Yes. Yeah, you should start talking about. You should start picking one coffee shop to hang out at, and start posting things about how great that coffee shop is. See if maybe he happens to show up there. It's sort of a subtle passive-aggressive invitation. You invite them directly and they get all scared and freaked out.
And if you end up getting cupcakes from that coffee shop in the mail, well, you might want to wait for the next crush. Wow. Anyhow, who's next? Oh, yeah, Royal Girl. 1 or 2 sons. It's her first pregnancy. She's super excited.
Okay, so I'm just going to do this. Okay, so I get one. Okay, you've got 3 pregnancies, but you see this. It's the Ace of Hearts. The 3 of Hearts, of Spades. Sorry, I go from playing cards to tarot and it gets all confusing. But what this is telling me is you'll have 3 pregnancies. Only 2 of them will be successful. And they're all very similar, so it looks like you throw boys. You get boys.
All right.
Boys are great.
The
Boys are
Beastie Boys
fun.
didn't write that song. All right, Haunting Live. There is a 34-year car accident anniversary coming up, and Chris wants to know whether he should be worried. I'm not quite sure in what aspect.
Yeah, well, let's see what kind of karma's at work around you. Let's do it that way. Okay, so what kind of karma? No, you're fine. You're fine. You've got the Ten of Cups dead center. So this is actually supposed to be a better time in your life. And it says that you can relax, you can step out in sunshine, you can enjoy life, you can, relax, be happy. The Two of Wands is reversed, and you look at the Two of Wands, you got the guy looking out, right? He's, and it's just saying, don't look for bad things to happen. Everything's okay. Don't look for bad things to happen. And this is one of the bonus cards, but it's the bonus cards of the past. And it's turned upside down too. So it's basically saying on either side, quit looking in your rearview mirror. Quit looking at the past. Don't worry about the past. Everything's all right now. Enjoy the now, because now is good.
Okay then. Ava wants a room set with a book. Ivory wants to know whether she's throwing a gender reveal party this weekend. She wants to know whether she's going to get find the gender out.
Oh, okay.
And since they generally don't do that on the weekend.
Baby's gender. Are we going to find out the baby's gender? I'm going to keep up with these cards. Okay, baby's
they work
gender.
well for you.
Ooh, do you want a girl? Okay, so it says you'll find out the gender within a 3, and as you can see, he's a boy. It's got a stick. It's a boy. But this is saying you won't find out this week, but you'll find out within 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks, not 3 days?
Oh, did I say 3 days?
No, you just said 3.
Yeah, this is 3 weeks. I know that because it says it's not the 7, so it's not 7 days. So it's good.
Okay then.
But it's a boy.
Well, she's got lots of time.
Just take my word for it.
She's got lots of time for a gender reveal party.
There you go.
Who is next? Grace wants a general reading.
Grace, thank you for tuning in. It's so nice to see you. I'm going to go back to my friends, the runes. All right.
Oh my God, it's 10 after 2. I mean, 2 after 10.
Oh my. Oh, the time sure does fly. Okay, so I was just giving Grace a general reading.
Yes.
Okay, so right now you're coming into a better part of your life. It starts out with Gebu, which is a gift, and you have Rytho, which is cart, which it tells me that you're coming into serendipitous period of your life. Things just start going your way a lot better. The cart tells me about things moving forward and people being more helpful. That I get that with the horse here, which talks about cooperation and working together. You have Algez, which just says that goes right with the Gebu, because this is tree, but it also talks about the world tree, which has heaven, so it talks about more about the blessings, especially when it's with Gebu. And right in the middle, you're in a joyous period of your life, and you've got opportunities coming your way. So make sure that you take advantage of them, especially since this one right here, constraint, is a reminder that good times always come, but good times always go, and good times are usually just too short-lived. So the runes are definitely telling you, make hay while the sun shines. Yeah. Rule number 1 is don't sweat the small stuff, and rule number 2 is it's all small stuff.
And I see that book at the Goodwill bookshelf on a regular basis. Often multiple copies on the same day. Oh, yeah. Royal Girl, we just answered that question. Sorry you were out of the room.
Oh, which
You're
one?
going to have to rewind it later on and listen back. Unless, of course, you don't want to know the gender of the baby now.
It's a boy.
Oh, see, now you've ruined it.
Yeah, they won't tell you this week, but they'll tell you in 3 weeks. So
yeah, there you go.
you won't see the little stem on the apple this week, but you will in another few weeks.
So do you want to keep going? We've got a few more answer questions here.
Might as well. You guys
right.
think I should keep on going?
222 wants to know what her week will be like.
Okay, so let's go back to the Leanermon.
Laying around.
Yeah, the maybe Leanermon. Whoops. Okay, so the card that came flying out is Cupid, and this tells me that somebody's flirting with you. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It just is right now. Let's see what the rest of it says.
Well, you know, Cupid was around 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so the week for you. Oh, always hard with the Leanermon. Okay, as far as the week for you, you need to steer clear of politics. Those don't go well for you. Okay, this is a good week to avoid people that rub you the wrong way. I know you can't always do it, but try. Absolutely try. I love the idea that you've got a little flirtation going on there, and I also see that with this one right here, the horse, you know, and the guy's riding, and he's so proud of himself and very dapper indeed, and oh yeah, you definitely got somebody flirting with you, and he's a little bit younger. That's nice. Yeah, when I look at the bear, I see that as being, and here's you. You show up as a main woman, and you're looking over that bear, and it's got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Spades. So this tells me that sometimes when we've got toxic competition going on with somebody, if we're engaged with that person, sometimes we miss the people who are trying to get our attention in a good way. So whoever your usual thorn in the side is, try not to let that person distract you and keep you from seeing the good things that are happening around you. Because I think this little flirtation I see here is particularly delicious. I'm just worried it might be a little scandalous, but you know, the ones that are a little scandalous are even more delicious. So, did we get everybody?
Yes, we did. That was it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Everybody for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Anybody who would like a reading with your queen in person at Spa near the tracks in Stratford, give them a call at 519-272-1293. And for readings in person, if you want me to bring my crystal ball, you have to ask for it in advance, but I can include crystal ball in your reading if you would like. Anybody who's interested in reading me online, just send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com.
That crystal ball.
This crystal ball, folks.
Yeah, that sings.
It does.
Always has, yes.
It does. This
Yep.
was an anniversary present. It's always been my favorite.
And coincidentally, the traditional gift for that anniversary was crystal, and I didn't even know about that until after the fact.
Yes.
But anyhow, folks, have a good night. Have a good week ahead. Be well.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.